Hi YouTube, my name is Sean Doherty, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the CAP Barbell Power Rack to help you decide if you should buy it for your home gym. Alright, so start off with an overview. This is a 6 foot tall rack. It's 47 inches wide, 43 inches deep. It says the weight catches have a 500 pound weight capacity. I'm not sure if it means these weight catches are these. And it says that the pull-up bar has a 750 pound weight capacity, which I don't really trust because I don't weigh that much and I can feel it move just when I pull on it. I've done pull-ups on it plenty with weight, and I haven't thought it's gonna break. But 750 pounds that's pushing it. As far as assembly goes, it was pretty straightforward with a little bit of mechanical persuasion here and there, but there's a couple parts that were messed up. Right here, this bolt won't go in because it doesn't line up. If you shine a flashlight in there, you can see there's no way a straight bolt is fitting through there. Also, these upright holes from front and back were not aligned. This one in particular, I actually had to put the weight catch in here and torque it in order to get the holes to line up. And while we're on the weight catches, the tolerance from the holes in the weight catch is so small that you can see this weight catch is just painted metal. So when you take it in and out, it scratches terribly. This side is really bad. I've had to vacuum the floor down here just to vacuum up the black paint that comes off of there. These ones don't do that nearly as much, but these ones are really bad. Now it kind of works out because this is actually the height I need them to be at for me to bench press. And the weight catches come all the way out. So I can press the bar on there when I do bent over rows and straight leg deadlifts. And lastly, we get to the price. Now it's a budget product. This has 14 and 12 gauge steel, mostly 12 gauge steel. I think I got this on Amazon for like $179 a year and a half ago. I looked it up today on Amazon. This exact same rack, green, 6 foot tall, is $277. Now, when I was looking at this rack, I had to get one that was short. This part of my ceiling in the basement, it's pretty low, so I pretty much had to get a 6 foot rack. I considered this one. I also looked at the Rep 1050 and the Titan T2 short rack, and I decided to go with this one because, well, it was cheaper. And another reason that I bought this rack is, honestly, I didn't think I'd be using it all that often. I thought I would just be using it for a quick workout, or work out in the morning when I've been called into work the night before. I work in a hospital. Sometimes I'm called in the middle of the night for emergencies. So I thought maybe once a week I would be using this rack, and I found myself working out at home a lot more because I've just gotten busier and my attitude towards working out at home has changed. So here's what I can say about this rack. It's like a Ford Escort. Now I had a Ford Escort for about 7 years, so I can kind of talk crap about them. And my Ford Escort, it got me from A to B. It did what I needed it to do. It moved me. This rack does what I need to do. It holds weight. Now, my Ford Escort was 5-speed. It also didn't have air conditioning. And when I got a new car that was not a 5-speed and had air conditioning, it was a lot nicer. It was a much more pleasant experience driving around. Do I think that if I got a nicer rack, I would have a more pleasant experience lifting weights? Maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. But what I do know is that for the time being, this rack works. I do basic at-home workouts, mostly bench press, pull-ups, bent over rows, things like that. I have a couple of attachments up there that work just fine for the time being. If anything changes in the future, I'll just get a nicer rack. But if you're on a budget, this is a pretty good rack. Now, it's not as good of a deal as it was when I got it a year and a half ago. At $277, that's pretty close to the Rep 1050 and the Titan short rack. I'm not sure what the short rack is called. I think it's just a 71-inch rack, the T2 series. So if you're kind of hem-hawing, if you think you're really going to use it a lot, if you're pretty much doing exclusively at-home workouts, I would probably lean towards one of those instead of this. But if you do decide to get this, I mean, it holds weight, and that's pretty much all you need a rack to do.